I have a small problem up at the garage where my car is. When I wash it, I've got no water supply, so I can't hose it down. I can't wash the grit off initially, which is one of the important stages of washing your car. If you have all this sand and grit on the paintwork as you then start rubbing a cloth around, you're just leaving very fine lines in the paintwork, which is that kind of swirling that you sometimes see even on a clean car. So I got myself this Sealey PW1712 pressure washer. Here, the bottom grey part is the battery pack. I'm going to switch it onto battery. You can see there's the charging point. You can also switch it to use the cigarette lighter of your car and then run the cable in through the window. I connect here the 5 metre hose, which then has the jet attached at the end of it. There is the clear bit on the top that you can put soap into if you wish. I'm really just looking to rinse the car off. You also get some other accessories like a brush, some spare sort of ring seals, rubber seals there, look, and also the funny black attachment, which I guess is for kind of getting around wheels or something like that. But we're just going to, again, I just want to be able to rinse the car off kind of before and after or however. So here we go. See, I can't actually see how much water the orange tank holds looking at the Amazon product page, but it's got to be sort of somewhere between 5 and 10 litres, plenty enough to cover the car and my bike, which we'll see in a short while. So you can see it's got pretty decent power. The motor only comes on while you're spraying. Obviously when you let go it stops. I would say don't leave the water in the orange tank overnight or after you finish pouring it away, because I did that and actually it seemed to leak out. I guess it tries to hold the pressure the whole time. Maybe I didn't turn it off. Either way, I think you're best off to empty it. Because of the nice long 5 metre hose, it does mean you can get around all the one side of the car and then just move around to the other side to finish off. You're not sort of constantly having to carry it around with you. Well, there is a shoulder strap if you wanted to kind of have it over your shoulder and just wander around the car spraying where you need. It does have pretty good power, so it's rated at 110 bar. That doesn't mean a great deal to me. 318 litres of water per hour. Again, doesn't mean a huge deal to me, but it can provide reasonable power. So we see here I've put muck off. I leave the wheels for 5 minutes and then I'm just going to kind of rinse the muck off. You might see there's a bit of dirt on the tyre there, look, as I spray, and actually it blasts the dirt off the tyre. So it does have reasonable power. I had some bird muck on the car. It'd been on for about 12 hours and it started to harden. Actually this thing managed to blast it off. So I would say pretty useful power. Obviously once I've rinsed down, I'm then just going to wash, as you should, the 2 bucket method. If you know the 2 bucket method, look it up. Again, you're trying to stop the grit from getting back onto the car and then dry it down straight away. It's quite a hot day today actually, and it was drying up very quickly, so I was just doing parts of the car at a time and making sure we get it dry again. So as I mentioned, it does have a pretty good capacity, so even after I'd done the car and gave the bike a quick once over, again with the muck off in this instance, I was just going to muck off and then rinse it off basically. I wasn't giving the bike a proper wash, just a quick once over while I have the Sealey machine out. So like I say, there's plenty enough to do the car and the bike. Again, you can see kind of the power. There's plenty enough to blast off and knock off with bits of dirt without really needing to do much scrubbing, as you can see here. So, I mean, if you're in a similar position to me, where you don't have a water supply, you maybe live in flats like me and you've got to get down to your car in the street or however, I would highly recommend this device. You plug it in overnight. The orange water tank and the grey base separate by sort of a twist lock system, so you can do one or the other, or both if you need. And as you can see, I did the car and the bike, and there's still quite a bit of water left. So there you go. That's the Sealey PW1712 pressure washer. You made it all the way to the end. Well done. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do subscribe by clicking the little fella over on this side of the screen. You might also want to check out the other videos. Should be just there. Check out my website as well, androidandy.uk, made by me. I'm learning HTML and PHP, so hopefully it's functional. But I'll see you again in the next video.